Welcome to GamerStation's Browser Games of the Week for the week of June 5th. And I'm your host, Steven SnakeYukin Lindsey. Now this week there were several good browser games that did come out, and a couple of Mario Hentai games, which we won't talk about anymore. But there were so many good browser games this week that we had to skim a couple off to make our video a little bit shorter. So if you happen to notice that there was a few games that came out this week, but they're not on our list, it doesn't mean they're not good. It just means it couldn't fit on our list or we just didn't play it. So simply leave a comment with a link to the game and share it with everybody else. With that said, let's start this week's list. Challenging platformers always have an appeal to them. Sure, they can really piss you off and make you swear more than the angry video game nerd, which some people think I'm trying to mimic for some reason, but there's always something that makes you want to beat the game to prove that you have the skills and none of your friends have them. That's what Hot Ninja Moon Moon is about, especially when you try to go for all the coins there are. But sadly, there's no Hot Ninja on Moon Moon action. I don't even know what I just said. So you are Larry, and you're falling down a long hole full of rocks. As rocks hurt, you need to avoid them like they were disease, which some are very toxic as well, so they're kind of like diseases. You need to collect as many shining jewels and objects as you can to score higher and higher and to prove that you're the best, because that's what all of these games are about. Oh, and also, you need to remember to avoid rocks. If you haven't gotten enough of Larry yet, then how about a game with Larry involving him killing gnomes in a hack and slash game? The game is what you would expect of a hack and slash game. Kill anything that moves. Though it does have what some don't, the ability to switch weapons with those of the gnomes you killed. What can be more fun than killing gnomes anyways? It's an all too familiar scenario. You are a survivor who has to face wave after wave after wave of the undead, the living impaired, or zombies, whichever one they decide to call them. The only cure? Guns and tons of bullets. There's been so many games similar to this one, you probably know how to play these games by now. Run around in any direction and shoot zombies in any direction. Though this game is a little bit easier than most, so if you usually find other games like this hard, you might be able to beat this one easier. A new week and a new game that is similar to Turtle Toss in some ways. We just didn't have one last week, which is surprising. Well, except in this case, instead of being shot out of a cannon or similar device, you are a truck launching from a ramp whose point is to go as far as they can, and to destroy as much as they can. Use the money you gain to upgrade your truck to make it go further and to destroy more. While the ninja may not be as chubby as I or you thought he would be, he's sure not skinny either. The game is simple and probably similar to some you've played before. All you have to do is continue going up and keep going above the scrolling screen while collecting gold, power-ups, and destroying bad guys to get more points. And more points always equal more bragging rights. And a point and click of Orville's there will be. You play as Orville. I bet you saw that coming now, didn't you? You must pay $1,000 to his landlord for rent before tomorrow, which seems like you'd be kicked out by now, but I guess his landlord's a nice guy. The wise plan comes together to kidnap the son of a wealthy elite family. Along with all that pointing and clicking, there's several jokes that, at times, you may think were written by me. I don't mean that in a good way either. You are Kupapa, I probably said that wrong, a warrior who has been banished because of his anger issues and wanting to fight in a peaceful society. As the fates will have it, and otherwise it wouldn't make a good game, your anger and violence is needed to save the village and help train their villagers to fight. Kill the invading aliens to get money to get new weapons and increase your and your soldiers' stats. It seems kind of strange there's so many guns available in a peaceful society, huh? War has been around almost since the beginning of time, and it still continues today, be it in modern nations or those ruled in matriarchal systems. Age of War 2 allows you to travel through the ages of war, from cavemen to even more modern warfare. not the game. You'll build up your defenses and offense to fight off your opponents, who will be doing the same thing, whose base you must destroy to win. Use money and experience points you gain to improve your troops, buy troops, and progress through the ages of war. Well, there's no king of bridges in the game. There are islands that need bridges. The game is simple, but it is difficult at the same time. Your goal is to have bridges connecting islands to each other, but you can only have as many bridges as there are people on the island. It starts off easy, but don't expect it to stay easy through the entire game. Who doesn't like bubbles? And who doesn't like popping them? And who doesn't like mouse avoider games? Well, Touch the Bubbles 3 combines all those into one package. Unlike most mouse avoider games, you can actually touch the walls in these areas. But you still gotta make sure you don't touch anything that's red. Except for bubbles, of course. You've received a mission to destroy as many cars as you can so that insurance companies will have to pay out to get new vehicles for their clients, and you have an ingenious plan. Push your deers from a helicopter to cause mass destruction. Nothing can fail, right? Unless you count the poor deers. You have a choice of 2 different deers and a moose. Why do they consider a moose a deer? I'm not quite sure. To use in your 9 deer team. With the more damage you cause, the more money you get, and the more you can upgrade your deers. Yes, you can upgrade your deers. We've all probably known someone in our life at one point or another that was involved in an abusive or controlling relationship. I sure knew a couple. Grace's Diary is the winner of the Life Love Game Design Challenge, which was a contest meant to be about teen dating violence. In Grace's Diary, you take on the role of Grace, who tries to find evidence that her friend Natalie is in an abusive relationship and that he's no good for her. But like in real life, it's not gonna be as easy as just saying he's a jerk and you don't belong with him. Natalie's fate is up to you with multiple endings in this short browser game. And with that, this week's Browser Games of the Week list comes to an end. Now, if you don't know, each and every Sunday, we'll be putting up a new Browser Games of the Week video. So if you like these videos, or you just want to be up to date on some of the better browser games that come out in a week, or just like browser games in general, subscribe to us because it only takes one click of that subscribe button to be up to date on all of our new videos. And to tell you, soon we're going to be having a contest in which you can possibly win 2 free indie games. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but here's a hint. One is a game I gave 5 out of 5 to, and the other one is one I've talked a lot about on Gamer Station, and it's currently in beta. Maybe you can guess, maybe you can't. But soon, you might have a chance to win those 2 free games, if you subscribe to us, that is.
Start the melody on the organ. Oldie but a goodie. That's just plain poppycock.